And we are finally back with some more Star Rail. Let's see if we can get to the end of this little arc here. Or this will be like just the second half of it. When we last left off, we had just lost Triam to the Black Swordsman, and Maide had just taken his sort of rightful place as the King of Kremnos. So we'll be picking up right where we left off here, about learning some more about the past of Trian and Tribbius. This is either going to be like a short end or just the second half of the whole thing. It'll take another 6 hours.
I never thought there would be such a hidden space in the abyss.
Ooh.
This is the archive of prophecies. And
Is this Giannis's maze that Trinon used for divination in the past?
not only that, it also serves as a lock. Our childhood abode lies sealed within.
This is the largest puzzle I've ever laid eyes on. And it even acts as a door lock. Should have expected something like this in the homeland of puzzles, I suppose. So, how are we going to solve it?
Just follow the designated path and let the stone ball fall into the pool twice.
Seems
what
pretty
now?
straightforward. Even Mighty might be able to complete it in a single try.
How can you talk smack about Mighty behind his back?
That's not talking smack. It's clearly a compliment. Mighty. If he were still here, we'd probably take a lot fewer detours to solve our issues. Enough with the talking. Let's just get started.
Alright, what do you want me to do here? Press and hold. Right, so puzzle. You want me to hold the button, rewind? Uh-huh. Ah, okay. Pretty simple. Reminds you of the classic Sonic the Hedgehog special stages.
Impressive. You too have the makings of a high priest now.
That easily?
Getting that stone ball to the endpoint looks pretty tough. My hands are shaking just from looking at it.
Okay. Special walls panel set order. Right timing to take advantage of their traits to move the orb. Come on. Ah. No. Back. Come on. There we go. I feel like I've played this puzzle in Tears of the Kingdom or something.
The secret door is open.
Go inside,
Oh, there's people here.
and you'll see the place where we grew up.
Save all those puzzle stuffs for another time. Focusing on the story.
Looks good.
Ah,
grew
it's
up
this room.
In a place like this.
It's cozy.
By the time we were born, the role of the Holy Maiden had already diminished to a mere title. those in tune with the Titan's guidance are bound to become messengers for others. To maintain appearances, those in authority added some embellishments. And with Mother around, our childhood wasn't entirely without joy.
You designed a rocket in your
Even
spare
so,
time.
I still find it hard to imagine.
20 years can go by in no time.
Trinon, for most people, 20 years is a long period of time.
Immortals.
Right. Becoming a demigod sure changes how one lives through time. It's hard to believe it's been so long. Your power is exceptional, little Gray. This place looks exactly as before. Let's explore the room a bit.
There's so many boxes here.
These should be our belongings.
Aw,
What's this?
a gemstone.
A red glass fragment?
We were still very young the first time we saw it. Mother came back with a beautiful glass piece, but her face was streaked with tears. She simply placed it on the table. It looked so sparkly that we couldn't resist playing with it, but we ended up breaking it by accident. Mother didn't get angry. She simply held us quietly for a long time.
That's a
It
good mother.
wasn't until we were older that we learned in Yanisopolis, if someone gloriously died for destiny, the Holy Maiden must pick a piece of glass from the volcano's quarry and polish it, then give it to the deceased's family. On the day Mother returned with the glass, her friend lost his life on the battlefield. Since he had no family left, Mother had to keep it herself. Later, on the eve of the ritual, Mother also gave us a beautiful piece of glass. Let's move on to the bedroom.
These bugs are everywhere. You gotta call an exterminator.
It's Tribbio's.
Just as expected. It's time to get going after all. Mama, are you going to that ritual tomorrow?
That's right, my sweet girl. What's the matter?
I wish I could go too. I have something to ask Yanis.
Oh. What do you want to ask?
I want to know how to chase the black tide away.
Ah, I see. Unfortunately, it's a secret ritual, and only I can preside over it. If you want me to consult the Titan on your behalf, you'll have to promise me something.
What is it?
Be a good girl and go to sleep now. And whatever you dream of, don't be afraid. Just sleep through the night until morning comes. Until the next time Aquila opens their eyes. Can you do that for me, sweetie?
That's it? Of course I can! Tribbios is the most amazing Holy Maiden of Yanis! Well, little Holy Maiden. But why, Mama?
Because this ritual might take a long time.
How long?
Tomorrow, my sweet child. I'll be back tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then the next tomorrow. If not, the tomorrow after that. But if I still haven't returned for a very long time, means the ritual has succeeded. It means I found a way to chase away the black tide and reach the new world on the other side. But for various reasons, I can't return to bring my sweet girl with me.
Is it such a good place if you can't bring her
But
with
I'll
you?
be waiting for you there. As long as you stay brave and kind, we'll meet again in that new world. It's the end of the West Wind, the black tide's other shore. A radiant sea of flowers, blessed and protected by the gods. In the rosy horizon, you'll see a silver-white shoal. It marks the end of your voyage. The haven, free from storms, cold, and heavy rains. No sorrow can linger there. That is where I'll be, waiting for you.
Wow, that sounds just like the island from my dream. Oh, I know. I'll turn the moon into a ship and the
Aw.
stars into sails to go find Mama. Pinky promise?
Pinky promise. As long as you sail toward tomorrow, as long as the sun will rise for the next day, our wishes will come true together.
If the final murmurs of the Titan are true, if such a place really exists on the shore beyond the black tide at the end of Genesis, then our promise still stands. Please, wait for me, Mother.
There are easier ways to get a Sega Genesis.
After those 10 years of darkness, when Aquila opened their eyes for the last time, we finally set off.
Where did she go?
This way. Now, we'll go through this shelf.
Secret
But
passageway.
how? With Yanis's power?
Indeed, we hadn't acquired their power back then.
So, this obstacle, it was simply a mirage?
Yes, the answer is right on the shelf. Go ahead and give it a try.
Ah,
It's a sacred passage.
It was a secret passage prepared by the Holy Maiden's supporters for Mother and me as a precaution. And now, it has turned into our passage to escape, just as anticipated.
start of all roads.
The path to the temple was in quite a state. Did someone do it on purpose?
No surprise at all. Some people caught on to what we were planning and tried to intercept us. While others were willing to clear the way for the Holy Maiden. I can't move it. I can't climb over it either. Time Titan? Is that you?
Time travel's weird. Over here.
Just like this. Regardless of our actions, the past will remain unchanged. It was someone else who helped Tribbios in the actual events of history.
Ah,
We don't remember the details. As for why memory recreated the past to be like this, it must be because it's closer to the answer within our heart. The passage is now cleared.
coming up right behind you. Just wait for me.
Is that all?
And daytime.
Thank you, nameless god.
I'll leave all those stuff for when I'm not in the story.
Whoa!
It's a very pretty
It
place.
looks truly magnificent back then.
Relax. Take it easy.
All these people, they're just civilians, not enemies, correct?
For now, at least.
Mostly, but it might not be the case later on.
Hey, little ones. How did you sneak in here?
Please keep it down. We have to be really sneaky to get in here.
Okay. But what did you sneak in here for?
I heard there's a lovely holy maiden living in the temple, and I want to meet her. I couldn't stop her, so I had to think of a way to sneak her in.
Oh, really? I was here to meet the Holy Maiden as well, but the guard said she had to go somewhere far away today.
Huh? What a bummer. Mommy even asked me to bring her gift to the holy maiden.
It's getting late. Be good and go home now, okay?
Okay then. We'll come back next time. Thank you. By the way they are dressed, the siblings look like civilians living outside the temple. Mother mentioned that when she was a holy maiden, she caught a girl sneaking into the temple to steal the tributes. Stealing from the temple was punishable by death.
Oh,
But that poor girl had no family and just wanted something to eat. So Mother took her outside and even gave her some food. Perhaps these two children are the descendants of that girl from back then.
awfully strict here, huh?
Ah, Lady Maiden. Lady Maiden, you need to dress warmer. It's pretty cold out. Let me get you a blanket.
No need to trouble yourself. I'm just going for a quick walk.
All right, but please take care of yourself. Your mother made us promise to look after you before she left. It's been a while since I last saw you. I just realized you've grown into such a beauty, just like your mother. Oh, here, have some of my sweet pastries. She used to enjoy them, so maybe you'll like them too. What's wrong, Lady Maiden?
I'm fine. It tastes really good.
This lady is Mother's old friend. When we were little, we sometimes got to eat the sweet pastries she brought back. We've always remembered the familiar taste, and only now do we learn where it came from.
Apologies, Lady Maiden, but the Yanis Vault is under maintenance today.
Perfect. That way, no one will disturb me while I'm talking to Mother.
All right then. May Yanis guide your path.
The Janus Vault?
Awfully gentle for
It's where
look.
Yanis's heart lies and the core flame is kept. Just enter on the left. It's also the place where Tribbios was born.
Tribbios. What does that name actually mean?
The
Three
one
something?
with 3 lives. Mother believed our birth was blessed by the 3 titans of fate.
A very pretty
She
sky.
named us thus to express her gratitude. Looking at how things have unfolded, fate might have had a role in it.
Expand your thinking. Time to twirl! Almost. Time to twirl! Made the felt, yeah. I don't have time for open sesame. Do you know who this big diamond? It's all yours! The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding. What are you looking at? Be of your body and mind.
Reach the end of the story in your own
A little
way.
action to keep you alert.
Finally, the Yanis Vault is right ahead.
At long last. I knew there was some sanity left in you, Yanis. Just as I thought, you too have been confined. No, Yanis. I've come here to take on your fate. By the blood of the Lamb and the strength of my blade-wielding right hand, I am
They really just let her in
Tribbies,
here to do this,
the
huh?
listener, the announcer, and the witness of the prophecy. I, the Holy Maiden of Yanisopolis, the Walker of the Infinite Paths, have come forth to assume your duty.
And therefore be split off into 3 mini-me's.
Just as I wished. This journey promises to be a long one, with 1,000 selves to accompany me. I'll never be lonely.
You'd think so.
No matter. My hands are not made for bearing arms.
They're made for bearing
My
rockets.
feet are destined to embark on a journey for the benefit of all.
That bugbear's bothering me. Ruin him in the moment.
Without a doubt, Titan. Let the prophecy shatter me, so that I may open a myriad of paths for this imperiled world.
Thus it shall be. Ooh. Kill Morin, what? Yikes. That line again.
I understand, Yanis.
Ah.
Thank you. Now, may you rest well.
Oh, Tribbie.
Mother, did you see that? I have assumed my duty and stand ready to set out. We will step over the gods' corpses and wander among humanity, and thus we shall sweep apart Amphorius's pitch-dark fog. May the world follow the myriad paths trodden and reunite at the end of the west wind, where flowers bloom in spring. Mother, I shall see you tomorrow.
Who dares lay hands on the core flame?
Uh-oh.
Drop your weapon and surrender at once!
That's not
I
good.
knew this would come.
It's opening up! Move aside and get ready!
You get out of here. Ruin a moment. Whoops. What did you make me do? You made me interrupt the line. This is where the express touchdown, ironically. That prediction wasn't far off. Suppose it was, yeah. Crashed right on through here. Face the Holy City guards together with Tribbios.
What's happening here? Lady Maiden, where's the thief who stole the core flame? Look at what she's holding, you buffoon! She is the thief! Take your positions in front of your arms! We're taking back the core flame!
Bring it on!
What?
Come forth, loyal guards. At least do it properly. Pierce me in the chest.
Tribbios.
What are you scheming?
This is your last chance. If anyone wants to earn a promotion and rise through the ranks, I'm right here. You all know who I am. Go ahead. However, if there's still any loyalty within you, step aside for the Holy Maiden. Otherwise, by the decree of the Holy City's Codex, anyone who dares to harm the Holy Maiden shall face execution!
Captain, what should we do?
Fears from such a little one.
Do it. Kill her! If any of you want to get rich, then come with me. Take this traitor's head and wealth will be ours!
We can't just stand by and do nothing. Let's move, partner.
Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void.
You have to get through me if you want to hurt her.
Time to twirl! Me! I don't have time. Open sesame. Glimpse the unknown.
That all you got?
How's that possible? Could the Titan actually be on her side? That woman is the traitor!
I should go.
Let's keep up.
Time to blitz.
Path is opening up for me. Oh, Yanis, protect me.
Keep it going, we got this. Whoa. Serpentine. No, hurry. Open, open, open. Ah. That was about to do the skill.
Titan is on her side. Watch out! Impossible! The gods have long been consumed by madness!
Do you know this big diamond? It's all yours! Me. Expand your thinking. Time to twirl!
Allow me to prepare.
Honored to meet me.
Reach the end of
Hey,
the story
keep running.
in your own way.
He even used a skill point, just didn't affect in time.
The main path is likely well guarded. What do I do? Just as I thought.
It's not safe here.
Inside. There are guards here too. Don't alert them. At long last.
Are we actually going to get away? I have my doubts. Oh, that's new.
A creature of the holy city guards. But I'm already so close.
This should be the last fight. We have to help her get through.
But I don't get it. This has been puzzling me for a while now.
Why are they so desperate to
Who
kill her?
has been aiding Tribbios in her escape?
Logic in Amphoras isn't adding up.
Well, history might be blurred by memories. Seeing how the whole city is hunting her down, she clearly had no allies. If she pulled it off alone, were we too involved in this process?
Probably best not to think about it.
Maybe
Time travel
Elsa
never
had
makes
been
sense.
on her own since she entered the vault. But what did we truly mean to her? You'll find that answer at the end of this memory.
In that case, let's focus on the mission at hand now. Let's do this, everyone!
Alright, what can this thing do? Ooh. Okay.
Curious, endless riddles. Nothing but a void. Open sesame. Glimpse the unknown. Time to twirl!
Fading light.
Never seen perfection. Expand your thinking. Time to twirl! What are you looking at?
Made the foul stench time to cleanse the filth.
Time to twirl! Open sesame.
Back.
The truth. Everything in this world
Stay back, kitty.
is bleeding.
Curious, endless riddles. Nothing but a void. Expand
Guess
your
I'll do it.
thinking. Watch it grow.
Finally, beyond this gate awaits a boundless world. This is where my journey begins. God of passages, can you see me? I will complete the path that you started.
But I feel like she's gonna be tripped at the finish line.
No response after all. Yanis, may you have a good dream. I can't stay here much longer. It's time to leave.
Well, looks like this is the end of the memory.
Not yet.
A little bit more.
Question that has been puzzling you. She's about to reveal the answer.
Oh, it's so pretty. Ah, the watercolors and everything.
But nothing happened. What was making her or you hesitate at this moment? If she had known this flame chase journey would proceed as the Titan foretold, bringing about great suffering and fatalities, including her own, would she still have chosen to walk through the gate and start her journey?
Would you have?
I think the answer is already within you. And you've made your own decision.
Of course.
What? You can hear us?
Not really. She can neither see nor hear us. Yet she knew that one day, someone would return to unveil this dust-covered memory. We can never know for sure who helped us back then. But that kindness was forever engraved in our hearts, motivating us to move forward. Time has modified this memory into a special letter, so that we do not forget our original intent. It's a letter written by Tribbios of the past and sent to her future self. In this memory, it is Tribbios of the future who overcomes all difficulties for her and sends her on a long journey toward the tomorrow where we are.
Yes, you'll remember it all. And then find your way back to the gate where everything began.
She's so beautiful.
Here, I will set sail toward the distant horizon. Here, you have traveled far on your way home. Such is the maxim that unveils Tribbios' fate. You shall shatter into 1,000 fragments and wither on the soil of foreign lands. So, if you ever feel lost, return to this place. I'll keep this memory here for you. Or for me, to embrace it again.
Worry not. The loss is something we've grown used to. Our resolve and our pledge are what Tribbios will never forget. Each one of us has never failed to remember. Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey, among which even life itself holds little value. The hot blood of the sacrificial lamb will not be spilled in vain, like my mother and I.
The libations poured are guaranteed to bear fruit, just as my blade-wielding right hand is not a hollow formality.
Surmount the myriad passages of Yanis, and we will once again
ride the west wind and let the wings carry us far away.
So, this is your answer.
That's right. In the name of the three fates, I stand by my answer with no regrets. Now, with or without the god's blessing, I run towards the world's agony.
Keep on
If I
running.
can truly pierce through the utter darkness, we will meet again at the end of the west wind.
where flowers,
Flowers bloom in
spring.
spring. Light calendar 3760, month of the Yanisopolis, Holy Maiden Tribbios bore the core flame to quell the world's chaos and become a demigod of Yanis. She traversed the great gate of infinity, splitting itself into 1,000 messengers to spread the divine prophecy across the world after a century of an arduous journey. Light calendar 3870, month of freedom. Humanity's flame jace journey officially began.
Lady Tribbie, do you still think that everything will be fine tomorrow?
Yeah, that's what Trianne would say as well.
With all due respect, Lady Tribbie, you know perfectly well that see you tomorrow is nothing but a white lie. I hope your toughness is not a mask hiding a lonely heart.
Cass, that's not a lie. See you tomorrow is the greatest prophecy in the world.
Prophecy?
Sometimes it's the simple stuff that
Listen,
matters.
In every corner of this land, every heartbeat carries a prayer for that prophecy to come true. It may be that only a few heroes will bring tomorrow to the new world, but the prophecy of leading everyone to tomorrow belongs to all in Amphorius.
But not everyone has the chance to see tomorrow. How can such words be called a prophecy?
Because people believe it will come true, and they are trying hard to hold on to that belief. Even as the world teeters on the brink of collapse, everyone is pressing forward, longing to reach farther and move toward tomorrow. And that is why a holy maiden exists to lead the world toward tomorrow, and why Yanisopolis' prophecy unfolds as passages. Fate is not about the outcome, but the journey. It's not the flowers that bloom at the end of the road, but rather the paths that lead beyond the gate, where people tread toward the sea of flowers. So, Cass, if anything is troubling you, just set it aside for tomorrow. There's no difference between demigods and mortals. The troubles we encounter can only be resolved by our future selves. Reflect through the long night. Wait for the dawn as you think. Then set off at daybreak. The hesitant part of us will be left behind in the dark, while the determined side of us will know no fear. Because that's how Tribbios has journeyed so far to spread the prophecy. Beckoning the morning sun and the tomorrow it promises to bring. We will now continue the journey and face our destiny. We will step over the gods' corpses and wander among humanity, and thus we shall sweep apart Amphorius' pitch-dark fog. And at the end, all will reach that silver-white shoal. That end of the journey, that new world and new tomorrow. It is a haven free from storms, cold, and heavy rains. No sorrow can linger there. We've made a promise to meet again at the end of the west wind, where flowers bloom in spring. See you tomorrow, Trianne. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, huh?
Child of humanity, surely you are not waiting for the arrival of night.
Nights do not fall upon Akama.
That's why it's futile for you to wait here.
Honestly, I didn't expect the renowned Reason Titan to behave like this.
And that's all thanks to you. If your soul weren't as prickly as a hedgehog, I wouldn't have to act this way. If you were more accommodating, you wouldn't be opposing me all the time, and I could teach you more freely instead.
It was you who insisted on implanting the core flame in me. Forget it. Cut the sarcasm and just say what you need to say.
Fine, fine. All I want is to remind you. There's not much left in your soul. If you don't do something soon, I will have to take over this body.
I don't think I have many complaints about that one. You seem a lot nicer than him.
If I'm not worried, why should you be? I know what you're planning. You just want my help answering the question. What exactly are we? Correct?
It's good that you remember. Thus, equivalent exchange. It's only fair.
Then rest easy. The answer will soon be revealed, and you'll have to return my body shortly.
How tragic.
Is that true?
Certainly. I initially thought this extremely frail state would hinder me from getting my body back. But I didn't expect the answer to be right within it. That saved me a lot of trouble. I don't even need the black-robed swordmaster's ceremonial blade.
Oh?
That's certainly worth celebrating.
Regrettably, I can't carry out the upcoming experiment alone.
The girl who's walking with death, is she fully prepared?
Cass?
Be patient, Titan. If we're always so guarded, how can death reach us easily?
Unfortunately, on behalf
hello.
of Okima, I must ask you to slow your pace.
Hey, Glea.
I forgot about you. My apologies.
A child's words are always carefree. I'll just dismiss these words as nonsense from a cheeky child. Come now, conceited performer. It's time to address your relationship with that Titan.
I think that Titan's already taken by someone else.
What if I refuse?
Provocation will only tip Talantan's scales further
Thank you
toward
for the
your
follow.
demise.
Thank you very much.
There's no need to go to such lengths.
Oh, monster neither human nor divine. Don't forget that you won't dare kill me. If you snuff out the core flame of reason, what else can you use to stand against the council?
The council.
Do you two mind if I cut in?
I warned you. Do not interrupt me.
It's almost like a brother and sister arguing.
I just have been meaning to ask. Does death really matter to you?
What do you mean?
What I mean is, before I implanted the core flame into your heart, you were already a silent, cold corpse.
What? So he's like a zombie? I'm finally back. I'm back. Finally, I have a moment to catch my breath. Want to chat? I suppose we have a lot to go about. It's unusual to see Mem isn't with you. Let Mem rest. They've had a tiring few days. Since they're not here, let me ask you. Are you really sure you want to take on this trial of Ornyx's core flame on behalf of the Crystal's heirs? Well, it's about time for another level up. Why not? We've ended up at this point after all. This is probably a fate that Trailblazer can't evade. You should be extra cautious and watch out for yourself. Based on the experience of those before you, the trial is no walk in the park. But what concerns me more is that you'll suffer further bind yourself to Euphorius. If you truly assume that that Titan's divinity, do you believe you'll be able to lay it down again? Forget it. We'll deal with that when the time comes. No matter what happens, I'll be right there with you. Thanks, but where were you earlier? I got held by 2 people in guard uniforms and ended up missing Trian's farewell ceremony. They said they were messengers of the counselors of the elders and wanted to verify my identity. But I suspect we've been on their radar for a while, and they only made their move when you and I got separated. The questions were quite specific, from how we arrived in Akuma to our relationships with each Chrysos heirs. They even asked about what we did in the market. Luckily, those pawns aren't the brightest. I managed to brush off most of their questions, so they'll probably leave us alone for a bit. Is this foreshadowing for the next version? Their conduct is certainly irritating. But on second thought, Aglaya also initially kept her guard up with us. It's best not to provoke either side until we know the full truth. The only thing we know for sure is that some members of the Council of Elders aren't happy with the Chrysos heirs. In the worst case scenario, we could be caught up in the internal conflicts of the Holy City. That's the episode I hate the most. If only we had more time to sort through the clues about the Black Tide. But now, the weather is the weather is the only lovely thing left. Let's take some more pictures. Huh? What's going on? Something wrong, Danhong? The memory card is full. I bet March and theirs are pretty worried too. Yeah, she's still freezing over, still frosty.
And so, this long day passed for Akuma. Some people arrived, and some left forever. Just like every other day of this journey, where we, stumbling, move forward. We have long been prepared. If we are to chase the flames, then we must grow used to farewells. And yet, no one back then could foresee death. Its arrival would always be so sudden.
Hold on a minute, wait a minute,
so momentous.
That doesn't look good.
Even little Gray, coming from beyond the sky, could not escape the Reaper's 2 hands.
Oh shit.
And what people gained and lost in that trial of death was far heavier than life itself.
Okay.
Just like the destiny that the prophecy revealed for Cass. At the end of the Sea of Flowers, the souls of the living shall warm thy fingertips. And after an embrace, there shall be eternal separation.
Eternal separation? And I was actually going to say that they managed to bring this all together to a happy ending, almost. With that whole thing with Tribbie and everything, I almost thought for a minute that they'd actually let it leave on a happily sort of ish ending. But apparently not, they just couldn't do that. But that's at least the end of this little story arc. Finally, after this 3 days of work. I gotta say, it was a lot of fun. I'm so interested to see where the story goes. This flame chase journey, all these characters and stuff. We still have like half the cast we still haven't met yet. And I'm very much looking forward to whatever comes next. Hey buddy, you there? Depends, good news or bad news. Huh. No worries, it's nothing bad. At least I think so. Is this for like a little event thing? With all that's gone down recently, I thought we could talk. The failed trial, the Grove, Mighty, and the Kremnoans, and seeing Tribbie's memories, all of it. Yeah, good thing we crushed them all. And Danhong too. Absolutely. But promise me you won't laugh at this? No. Honestly, even though we made it through everything, seeing Tribbie's memories just left me with more questions. That person alone will witness the miracle. Doesn't sound like a good ending, does it? Why did everyone choose to become demigods after knowing the price? And if sake of Forest's future, that's all I can really think of. I'm just taking a guess here, but the powers you gain as demigod are tiny compared to the cost after all. Exactly. I should have asked Mighty about his reasons before he left. But now he's taking all the glory and all the cool spotlights. You'll have to rely on yourself from now on. Heh, you've got a point. I think I feel a bit better after all this now. I've learned a lot from this conversation. I'll go over what we said in my own time. Thanks, buddy. We're in Forest's only hope. Oh wait, there's Donghung too. All three of us. Yeah, good luck with you two, Finon. I'm sure you'll face plenty of tragedy in your own right.
Noise.
And we're still disconnected from the Express. We're still stuck here without any way to communicate them. March is still freezing over. Wilton Sunday at least went to the Herda for help, but they didn't show up at all. A little surprising. Maybe in the next patch we'll see them again and finally get communications back. Or maybe that'll be like the big finale when we finally connect back with everything. We'll finally get March on this planet, and then see if 5-star March actually comes into fruition, which is looking more and more likely with everything that's going on. The memory card being full is just like another little piece on that, leading towards me, leading me to believe that. But at least I can now get started on this if I wanted to. Ah, such cute little things. Absolutely adorable. I am a little tempted, though, to go into Monster Hunter now. What is this quest, though? Cover the Garden Life to a Hyacinth has to share? Sure, we'll see what she has at once. Ah, that's where the event it looks like. Ah, yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll save this event for my own time. It looks cute and fun, but I think I'll do it in my own time. Even if it's only been an hour. Nah, look, that's cute. Even if it's only... Oh, I do have these, though. We'll look at these and then move on to Monster Hunter. Having witnessed the criminal's Crown Prince past, now drop into that strand of nameless recollection. Those flame-chasing people, those forgotten stories, as I've written. Nations, why the aversion? Since which day did he become known as Mighty? His strength rivals all lands, but the man pays it no heed. For only the authority of a king can end another king, and only strife can end strife. The torrent of conquest crosses the barriers, yet with homeland's blood it is destined to be stained. None dare shake his hand in greeting, for his hands burn as a blazing sun, soaked in the night might of the flames. What a mighty feat it is! In the aftermath of defeat, the man digs graves for the deceased soldiers, bearing thousands with his own hands. In that fight, he crushed all invading blades with his fist. A body immortal may never fall, but tears of pain in his heart still flow.
His years of drifting made him detest water's waves.
They say that is the reason he's so unwilling to weep. But in Idona's blizzards, he once did cry, a tear shed among the storm and frost, that bloomed into a lily stained with blood. Like his undying body, the flower never wilts. In time, the entire world will turn to ash. This haughty man shall be the one to leave behind the world's final beauty, though none are willing to believe. Unlike his skin, those patterns are carved with his blood. A matter so suspicious, it stirs the ambitions of the mundane.
A blade that can cut through the mighty must be enough to slay gods.
The people to this day still seek it, yet it is simply a tradition he follows closely. Do not let your enemy notice that you are bleeding, and thus convince them that you are someone unsurpassed, a warrior supreme.
Apart from Kremnos' traditions, what do you have left?
The stories of the past forged his body, the white-haired friend once asked. The man goes silent and still, his gaze burning into the horizon, looking for a distant past. In his days of wandering, this same question was asked by thousands upon thousands, and he never denied.
That is why I walk on this path.
This lonely road is all I've ever known. There's still so many people we haven't met yet. Did you know that Akama's full of stories about Mighty Mouse? He's just bursting with tales. Are all princes like that? I'm really curious about this curse of immortality. Me too. It really is hard to imagine what an undying body is like. If his arms accidentally fell off, would it become an immortal arm? That sounds terrifying. I'm sorry, I made that up. It's not true. I heard someone say that his ability isn't immortality, but defying death. Even if he suffers a fatal wound, he can resist the call of Thanatos and force his way out of the realm of the dead. Now that's an unbelievable kind of power. Still, there really are way too many rumors about Mighty Mouse flying abound. If they were all true, he wouldn't even have time to eat, would he? I wonder who's spreading all the stories. Sure is mysterious, don't you think? Yeah, that is a good question. Having experienced the Grove's crisis, now dropped in that strand of nameless recollection. First one for Naxa. Let that divine name dim. Before meeting death, the scholar already composed his own epitaph.
This person's name was seldom mentioned by others. Incomplete, just like his fate.
He would seep his own grave at the beginning of every month of reaping, staring long and hard at his stained hands. Hands that never seek the benediction of gods, accepting only that the tricks and plots his brain presents.
Keep your distance from that blasphemous one, lest misfortune follows you like a shadow.
People warned each other thus before his lectern. In those rumors, the scholar's hubris looms foul and vile. He dares to proclaim ascendancy over gods and defy the Titan's will. But the one shouldering such slander pays little heed. His lonesome figure stands aloof, for he always believed that gods are no greater than mortal beings such as he. Grove of Epiphany, the paradise of the wise, yet harbors one shouldering the name of a fool. He calls himself a clear-headed teacher leading lost students, yet he rarely guides or teaches, apart from gifting a single saying. Yet for the rest of the student's life, that saying often proves to be more valuable than gold. Pupils often praise his words as divine utterances, to which the teacher replies with sharp retort. Apart from destiny, he seems able to decipher all laws, and now even destiny may also be within his grasp. It was not so in the beginning, as he silently recalls the past under leafy shade.
Faced with the god's edict, even I cannot resist.
With no guidance given, he reaches enlightenment for the first time. Yet
I sincerely believe this is not to be my destiny.
That became the cause of the blasphemy.
Miracles are the most conceited actions of gods. They are God's denial of humanity via might.
Ooh, impactful.
Magic tricks are the most articulate rebuttal. They are humanity's imitation of godhood via intellect.
He habitually describes the feats of mankind as magic tricks, proving that the enlightened can step beyond the boundaries of reason. But magic tricks cannot afford to fail, even after a million times, and for that, the blasphemous co-conspires with the god. Using the final trick, they wish to create a miracle to end all miracles. And his miracle was something about defying death, huh? Apparently he was already dead by the time we got to him? Just revived? I wonder where that's leading to. Flame Chaser's pass has been lit. Wow, is this the story of a new companion? The one who looks like a scholar of some kind? Magical, boy. I have no idea what that means, but you're trying to make me laugh, right? It's Magical Boy. I'll just play along. Oh right, I just remembered, that one is a magician. On the topic of the Flame Chaser's journey, he always seemed opposed, perhaps because he didn't believe in the prophecy. Everything in this world is false except me. Time for a quiz. What do you think is the relationship between Anaxa and us? I see a possibility for kindred spirits. Well, I suppose you could say that. Though the ideologies are completely different, when it comes to the stubbornness, he is strikingly similar to the other heroes. Aglaya even permits the Chrysos heirs to study under Anaxa. A good rival is a good friend. Everyone probably can agree on that, at least. But we're different. We're the best partners when we work together. Yes, we are, Mem. One more. Having witnessed the Chrysos heirs resolve, now drop in that strand of nameless recollection. Ah. Go for Tribbie this time. Oh, I got 2 parts. Or is it 2? Long separation. You shall part with your friends, with your enemies, with others, and with yourself. From Tribbie, he was already swallowed the fruit of fate. From now on, you shall be a school of birds without feet, flying toward tomorrow without a moment of repose. The Chrysos War's clamor rises and falls, and when the children reunite, only 3 of them remain.
We have heard of a Chrysos heir.
The lively child says. That person tears open the barricade of the black tide, aims it at the sky, waiting to contain a core flame in a sheath.
There will always be warriors like me, who believe in and are willing to protect the tomorrow they prophesize.
But the crusading Chrysos heir never returns. The greedy ones then lift the crown with sharp blades, and by power's lethality, they are one by one slain.
We remember a group of bards.
The taciturn child says. The bards compose songs for the children's prophecy, and along the corpus of the Pillar of Stone, lay their footprints upon which ballads are carved.
Though we lack the might of swords and shields, we can take you to walk every part of this world.
Till many years later, when the bards all return to their subterranean, ethereal, eternal rest, the children sing their long, long songs, and alone they bear memories of humanity.
We miss us,
the exuberant child says. When they left their home, the passengers blew the girl apart into countless turbulent bubbles, carried to all corners of the world on the winds of destiny.
We will run towards the world's agony.
The children cheer each other up. As the years pass and the sun and moon rise and fall, the children often hear the sounds of their friends chattering. Farewell, farewell, farewell. The children who will walk the earth silently hide their wrenching sobs. Upon the hills of Akama once grew golden figs as far as the eye could see. The remaining children link their hands and decide to make this beautiful city their beginning of yet another journey. The children pull on the hem of the maiden's dress.
Please, listen to the prophecy we bring.
The maiden pulls on her silken threads, weaving in her heart the children's past into strings.
Chase the core flames with me. I promise that...
The libations. Went too fast for me. Hold on, let me read. Come on now. The libations poured are guaranteed to bear fruit. The hot blood of the sacrificial lamb will not be spilled in vain. The gentle mother silently dreams, and brings to her child a scent from the west wind's shore. Then she silently departs, and the only words her child hears is a prophecy of forlorn melancholy. The slumber of titans, the fragmented lullaby, the roar of the guards, all merge into a torrential black tide that carries the first demigod from the past to the future. And that was the beginning of a long dream. In this tiny room, she forged 20 years of her memories with time. Sometimes the child does not understand. The gates of worlds outside the windows are so numerous, yet why can we not step within? And if one cannot leave the tower, what need is there to gaze into the distance via tomes? The mother smiles and does not answer, only using bedtime stories to once again glid another golden sheen of destiny to the embrace of the child's dreams. Alas, the golden light of destiny cannot illuminate the shadows of power and greed. All it takes to rob the child of her only kin is a letter of dark conspiracy. The culprit thought the murder had no flaws, but was unaware that the lamb willingly stepped into the passage's dead end. Before the priest met her demise, the only thing her eyes contained was spite. Yet she leaves her final warmth and hopes embroidered in those dolls, leaving them behind for her innocent love. Loneliness stakes nightmares into the child's sleep, and the child hugs those dolls tight.
At the very least, we will never leave each other, right?
Oryx softly sighs, and carefully lifts the curtain of time, presenting a crystal given in libation to the brave before the doll holding a blade. The Titan loves this child born into sorrow, but has no power to erase impending tragedy in the morrow. Only can they dispel the evening wind of the palace, giving the child solace and sweet dreams. Turn back, chosen one. The Titan's fading proclamation cannot pull back the string of the girl's destiny.
All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle.
In the holy city adorned with falling flowers, the child recalled that prophecy, beside their friend that has passed away. But the girl had already passed through thousands of crossroads and continues to sail towards tomorrow. Oh, for the bright spot beyond is the end of the... Keep doing that. Oh, for that bright spot beyond is the end of the west wind where flowers bloom in spring. Seems we got two more. I do mighty. The day the lion went on campaign. None may approach that battlefield, the lone army of Kremnos, an obstacle of the flame chase journey. He ordered his troops to stand aside. That was the first meeting between hero and prince. The two men fought for 10 nights unceasingly, till the combat drew to its end. Neither was able to score a single victory, and conceded not a single defeat. None know why this man's fate is always overshadowed by a single number decreed. Just like how none can ascertain how the flame-chasing heroes convinced this man. It was not mutual appreciation, nay, for his memories, 7 sentences were all his mother to him ever sparked. Yet somehow that leader who weaves the golden threads recounted one of the 7 with ease. There is no right or wrong in the man's heart.
The lion has its own historian, and the history of the hunt should not be held by the hunter alone.
And thus he speaks little. Others once guessed he regards the holy city as his home, for he seeks a land to belong. As king of his people, It is the first gift to them he brings, but as per the rule of gifts, once given away, the gifter will never repossess this thing. The journey is long, yet none ever dares to anger the man. Not because of his unrestrained manners, but because every meal the hero partook were all cooked by his purest skill. One sight serves falsehoods in the woods. He has relied on scent since young, to distinguish guests to entertain gains. Yet there are always exceptions. The man's archenemy often puzzled why their food always borderline nauseating. He still recalls the day when he entered the holy city. One who warps with strife is bound to have rumors rife.
Even insects consume each other. And he's no less than the Mad King's kin.
It matters little, for the man always considered himself an enemy to the world. He paved the road so that one day his peers would match his anger within. Yet until the prophecy turned true, none in the holy city he ever did ruin. My day is a real true great king. And finally, Glea. Curtain of swords and weave. A solo lyre's sound flows along the streets.
Oh, my lover, why does your mood change faster than the clouds above?
Sounds rough. Leonce's face is covered in sorrow.
Oh, how I wish she has clear eyes that are quick to anger and laughter, and dimples that crease in smiles and frowns.
Sounds rough, buddy. For the maiden he longs for has a body of alabaster and fingers carved by scalpels. In her blood runs of gold. In her runs blood of gold and a heart woven from threads. She has neither eyes nor dimples, lacking even a face, for she is Aglaya's garment maker, merely a demigod's serf. Wait, is he in love with the mannequin? Huh? That's just a little weird. Little weird, man, to want a mannequin. Okay. The gilded dressmaker, the executive of romance, how resplendent would her mansion be above the radiant dawning clouds. Nervously, the visitor opens the door. Like parting curtains at a theater, the one with golden thread in hand is revealed, standing betwixt figures of stone.
Lady Aglaya, I am Apollos' retainer, here for an outfit to take to my master.
He casts sideways glances as he bows, but the garment maker he adores is flanking her mistress, silent as a leaf accompanying a flower. Slender hands sculpted of ivory pull the dress's train, as if the one breath alone the maiden will be revived.
The creation of love and beauty indeed.
As the visitor thinks thus, his thoughts prickle the golden threads into the room.
If you wish to embrace such fantasies,
she declares, thus on the other end of the golden thread,
you must beware of the scissors that can pierce through the chest.
In the ancient theater, there are thousands of plays, millions of shows, where even the god of romance was once an actor. The weaver below the stage savors the show for inspiration. The ostracized poet finally returns home. The adoring lover is separated by misfortune. The hero, betrayed, fires his deadly arrow into the traitor's heart. The thread known as romance is knit by all beings, by all love and hatred, beauty and sin, memories and prophecies. All that occurs are clothing indeed. Look, the despondent servant buried his love. The dressmaster plucks it up, and into the garment maker's dress she weaves. Elegant garment makers once had beautiful faces, some as knights with swords, some as impassive priests, and put on pantomime after pantomime in the golden thread's light. Till the stage shook in the storm, and the black tide tainted the dancers' skirts. She wiped clean their visages, and instilled armaments instead of silk.
Use the needle and thread as your sword,
she requests the servants who cannot answer. The garment makers are still elegant skill, still. Wasn't done yet. Only one more for Tribbios. All these stories are really, really old, but I haven't had enough of them yet. Oh, that reminds me, I forgot to ask an important question. How old are you? Pretty much a newborn. No way, I'd never have guessed. You're way too mature for your age. And wait, why am I still so tiny then? But I'm so happy that the moment I stepped into this world I met you. Aw, This way, every moment of my life will be recorded by you. If you ever write a book about me, it'll be a thick one. There's no way I can remember everything. That'll make me even happier. It means there are so many moments worth treasuring that you can't keep track of them all. Aw, Mem. You're adorable too, and I love you. What was the final line? They turn bloody and stained slaughter into the Lith rondos, for only then can they still dress in new gowns. Only then can romance survive into tomorrow. This really is a neat little thing they gave us. Just these little stories about sort of nothing and everything about all these flame chasers. Certainly makes a good impression. That much is for sure. I'm desperately interested to see what more stories we get from this.